This is the last time that I let myself go out and gather ingredients for that flying, annoying emergency food. At least this time I'm alone. And I'll have to move quickly, or that emergency food will end up being me. I need to make a campfire. I need to burn everything I can to warm myself. Alright, I should be fine now. The only thing that I haven't burned is this here book. Might as well have something to read before I die here all alone. Personal notes, eh? I've decided to record a personal notebook, in case I need to remember certain key events of my memory. Should an experiment go wrong and my memory be damaged, I can recover in the least time possible to keep my investigation going. Every part of this personal notebook that's hidden in my laboratory should be taken as my own personal records, no matter how much of a fantasy it sounds. This was a kingdom that could exist without a god. A humanity-centered kingdom that had many advanced techniques to equal those nations that did have a god, one of which is the Art of Alchemy. Should I explain how it works?
Negredo is the first step in alchemy, drawing from primordial forms. As beings who live in this world, we must find our own meaning. Albedo is the step in which change begins, clearing away the excess so we can take on all the knowledge that is available. Rubedo in alchemy refers to the refining of feeling. I feel the refining of my own emotion. Citrinitas is the final stage of the alchemical transmutation process. The meaning of the object being transmuted has finally been brought to light, becoming gold and revealing its true value. I too have found my own meaning. Forgive me, this must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life? Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life, breathing new life into fallen leaves, the transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Those born of earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities.
The notebook continues with examples and advanced formulas of alchemy. I wonder if this is how Paimon feels whenever someone talks about anything more than just food or mora. Here, the story continues with Khemia. The art of creating life out of thin air was created. It was precisely this practice and their advancements on Kaenri'ah that led to the kingdom's ruin, triggering a response from the gods of Celestia 500 years ago. This, which is now referred to as the Cataclysm, ended up erasing the entire kingdom, and I believe that in the center of these events was the Alchemist Reindotter, who was also known as Gold. She was a researcher of this kingdom, whose domain over the Art of Khemia set the path to true enlightenment, no matter how many experiments she should do for that purpose. She continued experimenting, creating new beings. One of those is myself. My master, my creator, is a very methodical person, and each of her experiments fall into different categories that she had named. Among these categories, I remember at least 3. Alviso, a beast in the shape of a wolf, with monstrous blood that's capable of eroding the boundaries of the world. Bigger, angrier, and full of envy for their natural siblings, these creatures await the moment to take over, earn their place in the world by force. Hummus, a creature who is a monstrous form of a disfigured skeletal dragon with glowing red eyes. His wings have long veins running along the folds. Judging from his skeletal remains around Dragonspine, it is several times larger than the Valin himself. Even all these years after his death, his blood still brings life out on the mountain. Like even if the body is dead, his will is still intact on every cell of his remains. And Cretaceous, the pinnacle of primordial human projects, which will be the perfect human. From soil was birthed chalk, and chalk is the spotless soil. Those born of earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. This is my own category. Primordial Human Project, the name of the project that gave me life. I always believed wholeheartedly that my teacher would make good on her threat to leave me should I fail any of her assignments. The reason behind my fear is the very same way that I was brought into this world. For I know there were other failed experiments before my creation.
I am a synthetic human being. A human forged by human hand. The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is Rhinedottir. I am indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest. But when I came into being, Kaenri'ah had already been destroyed. I have no memories of it. The phenomenon of our creation defies definition within the scope of a typical human worldview. But if we may tentatively call it birth, then yes, we, by extension, are family.
Yet, this is but a non-extensive list, as there could be more than those I just mentioned. For example, this information was given to me recently by a traveler friend that came back from Inazuma. Hailing from a dark world, this ruler of the Black Wolves, known as the Nameless King of the Rifts, it has the power to call upon its followers, its hidden claws, to dissolve space itself and forge a rift through which it may enter. The Wolf Lord has no name, for it was but one of my mother's unintentional creations. And that's precisely why it's obsessed with invading worlds that do not belong to it, and then make a name for itself. That said, the wolf pack is far from unintelligent. After suffering a defeat, a deserted island where no humans or protectors dwell has been selected for them to prepare for the Lord's descent.
Is creation an arrogant act? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect, and what purpose does it serve?
My master, although she can sound ruthless or even heartless on this record, she was not alone. After we stumbled upon an item known as the Heart of Naberius in the deepest part of a dungeon, she instructed me with the task of discovering the truth and meaning of this world and sent me on a way to her friend in Mondstadt named Alice, who also had a daughter. She and I quickly became very close. Is this another one of her tests? Will I be able to complete this, or will I be discarded? So many secrets, and yet the most important answers are still hidden. Where is this Rhinedottir person? What is the Heart of Naberius? Should I just ask him?
I know that voice. What brings you to Dragonspine?
Oh, Albedo. What are you doing here?
A friend commissioned me to do some artwork recently, and I have yet to finish. I came here because it's a quiet place where I can gather my thoughts, gather inspiration, and gather some raw materials while I'm at it. From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste. So, what business brought you here?
You see, there was this fresh food, right? Then this blizzard, then the hilly...
Your thought process is rather chaotic. That's okay if you can't tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity to stroll on the mountain and enjoy the view.
No, it's fine. Look, the weather's clear now. I should go back to the city soon. If not, I don't know what problems Paimon is going to get into.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Oh right, yeah, I found these notes. Thought I could turn them in at your camp later. They say alchemy notes, but I didn't even bother to open them really.
Yes, I'm fortunate too, I suppose. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now. Anyway.
Yeah, moving on. See ya.
Traveler, what is your general feeling toward Dragonspine? You've visited numerous times now. Would you say it's a cold, eerie, and melancholy place? Life may exist in all kinds of unfathomable forms, and in all manner of unthinkable environments. Mysterious, yet tenacious. Perhaps this is what makes life so special.
I really don't know what to say. This place, it's always hiding too much. don't believe we're prepared to uncover all the mysteries quite yet.
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. Right then, it's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Okie dokie.
If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?